It's been a while. It's been a while. How have you guys been? Hopefully you've been well. I was out of this kitchen last week. I missed it. I missed my shelf of tiny things. I missed this wonderful picture. I missed Fred. Good old Fred. He's out there. How you doing, buddy? Oh. Tragic. Sometimes I get concerned for Fred. This is one of those times. We're here today. What are we talking about? We're talking about coffee. I'm the boy. I need some beans. Where are the beans? Secret bean storage. We're talking about coffee and chicory today. Now here's the thing. Coffee and chicory is a very unique geographical cultural experience for a lot of people. It is largely not drank anywhere outside of New Orleans, Louisiana, currently in the United States. It is something that has a lot of historical significance, a lot of cultural impact, and for that, I think it's best that we turn to a new guest on the show. You may have not asked for him, but you'll see him now. Introducing History Man. History Man?
Hello and welcome to the History Corner. I am the History Man. You know I'm the History Man because I'm wearing a sweater that sports elbow pads. And I'm here to tell you in the flannel shirt over there, and the people at home about the history of Chicory and Intibus, which is the name of the root chicory. Commonly grown in France, but also in the US in the state of Nebraska. The beginnings of chicory and coffee can be dated to the Napoleon years. You might know Napoleon. He's a short man with a big hat that was the king of France. When he created the continental blockade and didn't allow anything to come into France, France lost its coffee. Oh no, zut alors, what do we do? Well, we're going to mix chicory, roasted and ground up. It looks brown like a bean, and we're going to put it in the coffee and mix it together. The herb chicory has many bitter additives, which went fine with coffee when mixed with milk and cream. As the French drink it sometimes in what's known as a café au lait. The practice of using chicory and coffee moved over into French territory like the New Orleans and Louisiana regions, where it is still commonly drunk today. During the American Civil War, the trade blockades meant that no one had coffee, and it was sad. So they put chicory in it, like the French, and when they ran out of coffee, they just used chicory as a whole. It was meant as a need substitute, not a preference substitute, but due to its popularity in French, New Orleans became a common place to consume coffee and chicory together. It is now mixed and enjoyed as a café au lait in many places in the New Orleans region as a cultural landmark. This is the History Corner.
I'm really sorry History Man's here. I hope he never comes back. Coffee and chicory is not a mixture that is designed for necessarily taste. It is something that is built out of necessity. The necessity of people who cannot get enough dirty beans to make a full cup of coffee. So they mix some dirty beans with what? A dirty root. And that is apparently something that is still really enjoyed. Chicory, as an herb, is extremely bitter. It is not meant to be consumed, except maybe as a last resort in the wilderness. But it does have a color that roasts pretty similar to ground coffee. Obviously, mixing it in may give you the volume of liquid that you can drink. Is it gonna be good? That's kind of a matter of preference. Most people say that you need to drink this with milk and sugar. A traditional cafe au lait experience is going to be one that involves a very, very hot milk and a lot of sugar. I'm not going to do that because I drink my coffee black. What I've done is I've gotten probably one of the classic coffee and chicory mixes from a company called New Orleans Famous French Market. Most grocery stores will carry this. It's a 12-ounce can of coffee, already ground, mixed with chicory, that runs, where I bought it, around, I think, $6. It is made from Arabica coffee and chicory. Great. It's got instructions on the back, including a whole little background thing that our wonderful guest history man over here always use fresh cold water and a clean coffee maker. There's a hair in it. So that's this thing. Great. Happy to have this guy back. So we're going to put some water in here. Use 1/2 to 3/4 level tablespoon of fresh market coffee and chicory per 6 fluid ounces of water, and adjust the amount of coffee and chicory to your preferred strength. We're going to go with the 1/2 tablespoon option for this particular batch. However, one thing I do have to go sort of a side piece. Is that what the youth say? A side piece? I'm almost 30. I have a, shall we say, specialty coffee blend of coffee and chicory. This comes from a shop in Orlando, Florida called Coffee Shop of Horrors. It is their Dead Waters. Chicory dark roast. So this was something that they actually already mixed and ground. This is about maybe a few days in terms of age of grind, so it should still be really good quality. And this is their own mix. They, like, when's the last time? I'll say this, I'm not somebody fully invested in the specialty coffee world. I'm trying to be. That's the whole point of this channel, is me getting better at coffee and trying out coffee stuff. But I have never seen a coffee shop that roasts their own coffee actually focus and have a chicory blend. So I'm very interested in seeing how this tastes. So what I figured we'd do is we would brew the French market coffee in this guy, in Harry Potter, or some other name. Find another name, because I'm pretty sure we'll get copyright struck if we keep calling it Harry Potter. Then we'll also put some water on and do a V60 for this, and we'll do a side-by-side taste to see if there's any difference between the store brand and the specialty brand. Chicory, as I said, it's very bitter, unlike the Melita coffee, which, as we remember, is never bitter. So I'm interested in seeing sort of how this turns out. It may go in the garbage can. I have no idea. But the people at Coffee Shop of Horrors were very friendly, very great staff. If you're ever in the Central Florida, Orlando area, I would recommend checking them out. I'll put a link to them in the description of the video. Not sponsored at all, just very friendly, bean people. Let's get some assemblage happening. Well, that was ominous, wasn't it? Let's get some beans. I think probably half pot, somewhere around there. Hey, camera 3. How are you doing? You doing? The ice cream man does not want me to actually do this video today. This is our new little setup here. We have the V60. We have our pot. We have our French market, excuse me. Okay, so I have my accoutrements a little bit more assembled now. Water's boiling off camera. We have the filter paper. It's going to go in this. Dry paper, because it doesn't say on the instructions to wet your filter, even though we know that you should. If you've been watching this any long, you know that. Half tablespoon. So, we'll get that started. Sound of freshness. Ooh, that's a good vacuum pop, daddy. Oh God, it's bitter. It's very vegetal, herbaceous, I would say. Smells like dirt, but it is a root, so like smelling like dirt is sensible in this situation. So we're gonna do 6 half tablespoons, or 3 tablespoons if you're that kind of person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. We'll get our V60 setup ready to go here. Probably just gonna do 250 mils of coffee in this, so we'll just probably put, I don't know, 15 grams. Let's open this up and give it a smell. That smells better than this. Probably, I'm gonna say just because the coffee that went into this is probably better than the coffee that went into this. I realize this is hidden by this coffee maker, and for good reason. Still a little bit of vegetation, but you get a lot more of the actual notes of the actual coffee. I would describe it as, if you've ever had chocolate and carrots, put those two things together. But like in a good way. 15 grams. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't wet the paper. No, Daddy, I'm so sorry, Dad. Do better next time, I promise, Papa. Oh, no. What a dark day. Okay, well, we'll give the old college try. Wet your paper, people. Let's turn this thing on. Get that going. 15 grams of your chicory mix is gonna go in here. 14. And now we begin to pour. Roll that beautiful pour over footage, Jim. I got some mugs. We have our 2 chicory things going on here. We have this, which is done. We're gonna turn that off. Looking at the inside. Oh, Jesus. It's soupy in there, Papa. That's a rough go right there. Not a fan. And then over here, we have the Chicory V60'd, which also, it's a pretty bad looking bed. It's a lot of channeling. Now, how much of that, let's set this down. Now, how much of the weird appearances of this is from the fact that it's half of a root and not an actual bean? I don't know. Your mileage may vary. All I know is we're gonna see which one tastes better. There's still a little bit left over. Oh, I made a mess again. Oh well. Sometimes you make messes in life, and you know what you do? You move forward with it. I think we should do this one first. It smells like grass. I was expecting it to smell like grass, and it does in fact smell like grass. I'm going on a journey. I'm going into the veil, the Chicory veil. Oh, the Chicory veil. Ben, put up a picture of the Chicory veil. Oh, it's coming to me. That is assertive. I don't like that. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I do not like that. That is so bitter. Oh no. That hits you in the front of your mouth and just, it strangles your tongue. It just doesn't let go. Oh man, that's special. The rototiller. You ever go to your grandpa's house? Hey Papa, let me cut your lawn, or let me get your garden ready for you. And you have that, oh, it hurts me. You have that gas-powered thing with the blades that churn up the dirt, and you're just pushing through the dirt all day long. And then you imagine getting down real close to that rototiller after it's turned off, safety first. You get down there, you take your finger and you just scrape one of those blades safely, and you get that dirt on your finger, that churned up, dirty garden dirt, and you just, that's what French market chicory and coffee is. That's atrocious. I don't like that at all. Maybe I'll put some milk in it in a second. Round two. We're gonna try the poured over V60 style specialty coffee and chicory blend. It smells better. Does not smell as much like a lawnmower. It's still bitter, but it's actually bitter in the way that coffee kind of is supposed to be bitter. Yeah, that's not as assertive. So it has a lot more actual coffeeness to it. Very kind of velvety, a little bit in the taste. A little leathery, I'll say as well. This one, I would say, if you think about this one tasting like a rototiller blade, I would say this tastes like a candle of that. It's much fainter. What you get is a little more like essence of lawnmower as opposed to actual lawnmower, which I think is kind of the way you should be doing it. It's okay. Would I personally drink it? No, I would not. But in terms of a chicory coffee blend, that one that I bought from the shop in Orlando is a lot better than this one. This one is a lot more aggressive. We're going to add some sweetened condensed milk to both of these. Traditionally, these are supposed to be drunk with cream and sugar. Let's see how they taste when you add a little sweetened milk to it. We're gonna try the one that actually tasted good first, specialty coffee. Tastes like coffee with milk and sugar in it, which is, I guess, the idea, because you can't really tell that there's chicory involved. Maybe a little bit of vanilla, make it good as well. Let's try this one. You can't hide it. You can't. Toe tapping nasty taste. Oh, it's bad. Even with the milk and sugar in it, you can't get away from it. Still has that dirt, that vegetation in it. I probably don't describe things in the very specialty coffee kind of way, saying, oh, it has notes of green pepper. Oh, it has notes of orange peel. Nah, it tastes like a rototiller blade in your mouth. I don't like that. What have we learned today? We've learned that, number one, in general, chicory and coffee is a cultural landmark of a certain region, and some things are just inescapable. I'm not here to besmirch the people of New Orleans. If you like this, I'm very happy for you. Maybe there are some places in New Orleans that are roasting their own coffee, mixing it with chicory that are really good, that you can maybe only get in New Orleans. If there are, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will be more than happy to try them and give them another shot. The Dead Waters that I got from Coffee Shop of Horrors in Orlando is good. Is it my personal taste? No, it is not. However, it is definitely better than the stuff that you can get in your local grocery store, which is fine. I believe that the bag that I bought in Orlando was, I want to say $9 for about the same, roughly the same amount of coffee. Now, what you're getting for $9 is helping a small business. Always useful. And really high quality coffee going in. I don't think, in terms of the chicory, You know, maybe there's better chicory some places than others, but I would go on a limb and say the chicory going in is going to be about the same in both of these cups, but the coffee is much different. You want something that's going to be able to balance out that chicory taste. I think Coffee Shop of Horrors did a very, very good job of that. I do not believe that the French Market one does. This one is okay. If you like the taste of coffee and chicory, you'll probably like that a lot. This one, don't do it. Go to a different place. That went on a much different journey than I thought. Twinkie Coffee I thought was a journey, but that was like a jump scare type of journey. This one was more like a psychological thriller. It comes at you in a different way. If you like this video, let me know. Like it, subscribe, click the bell in the box down below. Let me know what you think. Have you tried either of these brands? Do you like them? Do you not like them? How do you feel about mixing in different types of herbs and spices into coffee in general? There's some people that mix some cinnamon in their ground coffee every now and again. Are you one of those people? Let me know. Is there any brands like that I should try? If you have a recommendation of a type of coffee that you'd like me to drink, you can also leave it in the comments. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day. Next week, we'll be back with a different bean for the boy to meet. Goodbye.